So I finally watched this anime that I've seen getting advertised for the past few months now, and this anime is called Spy X Family. The show is about a spy named Twilight, whose real name is unknown because he decided to give up his true identity. He's a master of disguise and considered to be the best spy in his agency, apparently. He also prefers to work alone. He is tasked with a mission known as Strix, where he has to go after this guy named Donovan Desmond, who usually attends social gatherings at this school called Eden Academy. For him to even get into the academy, he needs to form a family. He goes off to this rundown adoption center where he adopts this child named Anya, who has the ability to read people's minds. Of course she does, because it's not an anime unless someone has some kind of ability, right? Or some superpower, freakish ability, right? Anyway, then he ends up meeting his air quote wife and mother of Anya at this clothing shop, this boutique. Her name is Yor. Yor notices him staring at her. They start talking, and he comes to find out that she needs a fake boyfriend to attend this party, or else it'll look weird that she showed up with no one, because apparently women who are in their 20s, it is considered to be unusual that women are single. So she asks him to go with her to the party. He says yes, but only if she'll agree to attend Anya's interview with him as her mother. So he shows up to the party looking like a mess because he just got done with the mission, and he mistakenly says that he is Yor's boyfriend. He is Yor's husband. Her so-called friends, who was belittling her before he even showed up, these cunts, one of them tried to embarrass her in front of everybody by saying that she would give massages on her free time to make some extra money, and of course it didn't work, obviously. Ladies, why do you have to act that way when you guys get jealous or get upset at somebody? Why do you guys have to resort to vengeance? As the story goes on, Yor suggests that they get married to help cover up their personal lives, basically, because Yor is an assassin. She's a contract killer. She'll kill anyone if she has to, or if she is asked to do. To complete the mission, Twilight has to get Anya into the academy, which he does eventually, and his plan is to get her close to Donovan's son, Damien Desmond, so that if Anya and Desmond are friends, they can start hanging out. They can go over to Desmond's house, and Twilight can meet Donovan and get some intel and be able to catch him. The show isn't really action-packed. Before watching it, I kind of had an idea of what to expect. I thought there would be more scenes that took place outside of their pretend family. Seeing more scenes of Yor being an assassin, also seeing Twilight doing more spy stuff. I thought it was kind of odd when either Yor or Twilight would display some kind of freaky athleticism or something that a normal human being couldn't do. They don't start to become curious about what the other person might potentially be hiding. For example, when Twilight, Yor, and Anya are walking to the interview, a herd of animals start making a muck. Yor hits the cow's pressure points and does a front flip like 10 feet in the air. Then she starts to freak out and explain that she learned how to hit pressure points on a cow in a yoga class, and her other explanation for her being able to fight really good was like self-defense classes. Come on, self-defense. Just an ordinary self-defense class. He doesn't really decide to do any extra digging on her. He does put a bug on her at some point because her brother works for the state security service and he wanted to know if she works with him. The characters outside of the main characters don't really stand out to me. Twilight has a friend named Frankie who's pretty energetic and happy and not so serious, the complete opposite of Twilight basically, and he'll do anything he can to help Twilight if he needs it. Yuri, who is Yor's younger brother, he and her lost their parents at a very young age. He cherishes her and loves her a bit too much, and when I mean too much, I mean like incest. There was a scene where he came over to the apartment. Yor and Twilight weren't really acting like a married couple, and he wanted them to kiss, so Yor got a little wasted so she could do it. Yor was about to kiss Twilight, and Yuri had a flashback as to when he told her that he was going to marry her, and then Yor responded that she'll wait for him. And so yeah, I think Yuri looks at his sister in that light. That'll be kind of interesting at how that'll play out going forward, assuming that takes place. Next up, Damien Desmond. You may think you're going to hate this kid when he first appears. He's very arrogant and spoiled, but after getting Supergirl punched by Anya, he starts to develop a huge crush for her, especially after her apology, her teary-eyed apology. The reason as to why he acts out could be because things are not so good for him at home. His father is not around and there are high expectations of him. As far as the main characters, Anya, she's the cute, adorable little girl. She's been adopted 3 times under 3 different names. She knows what's going on. She knows that Twilight is a spy. She knows that Yor is an assassin, but she thinks it's pretty cool. So she knows what they're about. Twilight is someone who takes his job very seriously, doesn't really like working with others. He has more confidence in getting the job done by himself rather than working with somebody else. On his mission, he disguises himself as Lloyd Forger, who is a psychiatrist, and then there is Yor, who is a contract killer. She is an assassin. She works at Berlin City Hall, and growing up, she took care of her little brother by being a contract killer. Outside of her being a terrifying assassin, she's pretty naive and but very sweet and kind, and she begins to grow a connection with Anya a lot faster than Twilight does. She actually wants to be a good mother for her, even though she's not a real mother. And I believe the reason why she becomes so attached to Anya and wants to be such a good mother to her is because she didn't have a mama or papa growing up herself, so she doesn't want that same life for Anya to grow up without a parent in her life. But yes, the show is okay. I think in this season they wanted to display how these characters get connected and get closer to one another and go from being a fake family and start to kind of become a real family. And I did a little research before I did this review just to see how popular it was, and I came across an article and the viewership was on the same level as Attack on Titan. All in all, I give this show like a thumbs up, maybe like a 5 out of 10. I would say it's more kind of like a comedy than it is more of a drama, at least for the first season. Now the second season is right around the corner. It comes out in October, and I do think the show will get better come next season, and I'm assuming there's going to be a season 3 and 4 and 5, 6, and so on. Spy X Family, it's not a bad show. I was just expecting more because I kept seeing it getting advertised whenever I looked up an anime. Then I saw that it was on Hulu, so it felt like it was kind of like everywhere. But yeah, the show, it's okay. I would recommend it to other people. I would say give this show a chance. So yeah, my name is Life Sucks. Please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell for when I drop a new video. I talk about anything that I basically want: anime, video games, bar videos, whatever. Even though I've been leaning more towards anime lately, I may kind of focus on this genre a little bit more, and who knows, I may just talk about anime period, because I enjoy making these videos a lot more. So please give me a shot. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. That is it. I am out.